I was only rock the first time because I forgot to pick.
We're doing great. We take 1 week off.
And I can't play rock, paper, scissors anymore. All right. Welcome to Books We Never Read.
Except for those we have.
I'm Jason.
I'm Nicole.
And today we are discussing parts 1 and 2 of There Is No Antimemetics Division by QNTM, who has a real name, which I've forgotten.
But that's not the name he wants to go by for this
Nope.
book. He wants to go by.
Or they, whoever. I suppose.
They want to go by QNTM.
Yeah.
So, if you have not read parts 1 and 2 of There Is No Antimemetics Division, you might want to stop and go read. It's a quick read. It's very interesting and entertaining. But yeah, go read and then catch us on the replay. If you're joining us live, you can chat us up in the chat box. We've got Shelby and we've got Peggy already this morning saying hello. If you
I'll let her in.
are catching us on a replay, just, chat it up in the little discussion box so that we can relive this book with you. We've got, Atlas has joined the chat. And Jason's gone. All right. So
Pumpkin, can you go to your bed? Can you go get in your bed?
We are...
Please? Can I sit?
On
That's my chair.
YouTube Music as a podcast, in case you want to just listen to us and not see us. But if you are just listening to this on the podcast, you have missed out because Atlas made an appearance in the captain's chair. We are on Fable, just to chat about the books in between the live sessions. And we are on Instagram for the memes. And right now I'm doing a meme campaign inspired by the title of this book because I'm so fascinated by the title of this book. Fascinated by this book overall.
Sorry, I was very
Welcome to the show.
I'm today's guest.
That was so cute. Me and Atlas should just do a show one day.
All right. Yeah, okay, so Peggy's saying that this is not quick. She had to read most pages twice.
Oh.
I found each section to be I don't know, I had to stop more or less after every chapter or after every couple pages and kind of ponder upon it. So far it's good. I think the writing is good. The concepts are really what we're here for. And I get hung up a lot on sort of the literary value of things. I like when there's good sentences and stuff, but for this one there's sort of this just exploration of how do you write about something that you can't write about?
Yeah.
Or how do you describe the undescribable?
And the author does such a good job at doing this. I have a hard time explaining, hit the mic. I have a hard time explaining what the book is about or giving examples of things in the book. I have a hard time wrapping my brain around it once I'm trying to get it out of my head. Mm-hmm. But while I'm reading it, I'm like, man, he thought of everything. He really figured out ways to make these little entities and create their little rules, and they each have their own rules, and they don't follow the rules of the other ones, and they don't follow the rules of science or physics or whatever. And it's just so much fun. I did think about the X-Files along the way, and then she was describing some show she hated, and I was like, don't you be hating on Scully and the X-Files, because that's who you are. But it's just so clever, and it's so interesting, and I love learning about all these different little case files that they have discovered but can't describe, and have found unique ways to contain, or in the case of the big bad, there's only one place where it cannot go that they think. Right. And that's the room where Quinn kind of went crazy and saw herself go crazy.
This kind of has everything that I like. I didn't know this. I just had read that it was a horror sci-fi. And I would call it more cosmic horror, right? Because cosmic horror is all sort of about the fear of the unknown. But what if the unknown is in the room with you, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so, and sort of this other reality descending upon us and all that, right? I like that.
That it's here the whole time and we just don't realize it.
And then they throw in ancient human civilizations that lost to some idea or, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm just
The chapter of Quinn's God, it's so funny. Like it's a benign entity. It's not very damaging, I guess.
She always calling this brain trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. And Peggy, I think, pointed out in Fable several times, like trying to figure out this book, like, is this a metaphor? Is this just like addiction to social media or addiction to technology? And is she delusional? Or is this real? And those are all big questions too.
Yeah. So I do think that, and I think the first chapter is sort of the most interesting one as far as like
really started with a bang.
Yeah, literally a bang. And like, is this real? But like she shoots that guy,
Yeah.
We have evidence to believe that like this memetic concept is real because she was able to get his gun without him being aware of it, right?
Yeah.
So we do have evidence. Yes. We have evidence right from the beginning that this seems to be real. And if we had not had that scene at all, where because after that it's been like one person at a time.
But this gave it credibility.
Yes, it kind of gives it that credibility that you need, because otherwise I'd be like, these people are insane. Also, the digitizer is experienced by two people at a time.
Quinn and her husband.
Yeah.
Which she was Maria at the time.
The digitizer is probably the actual most horrifying thing, like in terms of like actual horror.
And his name's Adam, I think. Being in the hospital with just hundreds of people who have fingers where they shouldn't be, and him saying, "Don't you see what's happening here?" And all the doctors being like, "No, it's just a Tuesday." Just the scope of that is horrific.
There is some cosmic horror movie that I watched a while back about a bunch of people in a hospital, and people keep getting killed, and their bodies are being like subsumed into this thing, and it's about a cult or something that's trying to like summon something. Do you remember that? I watched it by myself, but you were around. Okay, I'll have to figure out the name of it, but it does remind me a lot of this.
The cult leader entity.
The cult leader entity.
Green, colorless green. You don't remember that one?
Just tell me more.
So this is a guy that we don't know who went in to contain this cult leader.
Oh, yes.
They were all they caught his streams and all that.
Yeah.
And he thought he had him.
But he was still in there.
That was so scary.
Yeah. In the beginning of the book, I thought that like all these stories were just like separate, and this was kind of like an anthology of like the Division or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's correct. And in that scene where he goes in to get the cult leader, they keep mentioning something like as a shadow outside the window.
Yes.
And it's not clear to me that that's like the entity that's inhabiting the human being. It seems to be something else. And so like I somehow these stories are all tying in together. But like that's the last chapter of the second part. And it has like nothing to do. Seemingly, yeah, with anything else that's in that part.
But the end of part one, ended with her learning, even though she forgets, that the Division founder really wasn't the Division founder, had just deleted the old Division, recreated it who knows how many times, and then got consumed by the thing.
A manifestation of this, like,
and like that thing might be the shadow. That thing might be.
It's a manifestation of the shadow.
The big bad, and it seems like in part two, the last that we saw of Quinn, she might have been dead. Like she might be done.
Right.
And it seemed inevitable that like humankind had about an hour left, and something else was going to be here now.
Yeah. Whenever we see the lake monster again in the monolith, and there's like a human riding on it, I assume that the human is like the dead original Division chief.
Now I thought, and like that, this all got very confused, but that shifted directly into her having to relearn that Adam was her husband. I thought that was Adam on that thing.
No.
See, who had been shot.
Yeah. I just, because that thing had like busted up out of that guy, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I just kind of thought that, and he had bullet holes.
Yeah.
And I think she shot the thing a couple times, right? She shot at the thing. She couldn't see it, right? Because he floated up into the air. She shot at the thing. That's kind of why I thought.
How did Adam end up in all this? I don't understand how that kind of transition.
Well, so what happens is, at some point, okay, so this is actually probably a good thing to talk about. At some point, she goes home. Sunshine eats her memories of her husband. And he walks into his own house and she freaks out, right? That's what's going on there.
Okay.
And so it's like a totally unrelated thing. But Adam makes this comment that Sunshine is trying to protect you. And so
I thought it was trying to protect him.
I think it's trying to protect her. I think it eats her memories of, I don't know. Maybe it is trying to protect him. You're right. But
and then she goes along with that and she says, erase my memories of Adam, relocate him somewhere I've never been married.
Yeah. Which is interesting that she asked them to do that because she could have just had Sunshine. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But yeah, something's going on there where Sunshine is trying to protect people, probably from this giant lake monster impending doom situation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the chat for a second. Let's see. So Shelby asked, do we think Marie Quinn is the protagonist? I think so. Like, I think that's kind of where we're heading. The whole thing about Gage and the guy that Gage was hunting, that guy shows back up again in Marie Quinn's story. I assume that this operative who goes after the cult leader is going to kind of come back around.
Oh, I thought he was dead.
Oh, whatever. Well, that storyline will come back around, I think. But, like, it's kind of a one-woman war is the point, right? Like, it's her against this impending doom.
I mean, our department's down to like 20 people now.
Yeah. Let's see.
It took me until reading the object description of the little creature that lived on the like Asiatic island, those who move slowly or something like that. It took me until that chapter to realize that the blocked out language isn't the Antimemetics division censoring their documents.
Right.
It is the information going away.
Right.
Because you're reading it and you see like the U descriptor number, and then later in that same description, the descriptor number is gone.
Right.
It's actively
like
being
corrupting.
lost. Yeah, being corrupt. Yeah. It took me until, and then I guess I was slow on the uptake on that, but because I was trying to like fill in the blanks. I was like, well, I can fill these blanks in. These are easy. Like
right.
at the beginning, and that wasn't the point. The point is that the information was falling apart.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, it's all very... The whole concept of, like, there can be something that you can't perceive. Like, I'm on board, right? Like, there's
all kinds of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Light waves that we can't see that are there. And
the concept that it's, like... The idea of, like, mimetic camouflage, I think, is interesting.
Very interesting.
And the evolutionary basis that it gives for it, I think, is interesting. It seems, like, highly costly. Because, you know, like, if you're a chameleon, you affect your own skin. But if you're a mimetic chameleon, you're affecting the mind of everything that could possibly perceive you, right? Like, that seems highly energy intensive, so I'm not sure I would like buy into the concept. But like they give like an interesting way about it. You know, let me put it this way: nothing terrestrial.
And I think it's kind of mentioned at some point that like these might not be terrestrial.
I think they are, right? Like they, at least for the ones who move slowly, like.
Oh yes.
You know, but there is reference to the monolith as being something that is alien. And then, like, maybe carved by human hands into this, you know, this memorial for this lost civilization or whatever. Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of Men in Black, right? They have a little... Yeah. Shelby says the audiobook has a weird sound that plays with the censored sections. I haven't listened to the audiobook at all.
I've listened to it a little bit, but I don't know that I've gotten any of the entity descriptors in the audiobook. I've only listened to the audiobook for a little bit. Mostly I've been reading it. And I mean, I'm just so entertained by it. I'm like, anytime there's a new creature described, I'm just like thrilled.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Like, and there's like a cryptid division in somewhere that I guess studies like Bigfoots and stuff, right? Like they kind of mentioned that early
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, the
We're only
cryptozoology. I'm
yeah.
like, this is just Harry Potter. But like the unmentionables. That's a whole department in the Ministry of Magic.
Just looking at my notes, one of the things I thought was like clever writing was in chapter 2. I think this is when Adam calls and they send Quinn to come help with the digitizer, but it says he found a payphone and dialed emergency services and ordered off the menu.
Yeah. I am gonna think of that next
that
time I
was
have
good.
to like listen to the options as our menu has changed. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, I do love, and we like blasted past this, but this is like the first thing in the Fable as well. But like, what a transitional book from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Like,
yeah, because basically, because she is antimemetic. That's
like,
something I pointed out in the Fable, and I think Peggy did as well, or Shelby. I can't remember now.
Yeah, the first like 3 minutes that I read this, I was like, "What in the Addie LaRue is this book?"
Yeah. I really have no idea where this is going. Earlier on, Shelby, I think, was saying that she can't take this being a book where just everybody continually dies to like the impending doom, and I don't think that's what's going to happen. But I'm not sure, right? Part of like why they need to wipe their memory of the impending doom is because like once you know it knows you, and then it will kill you,
right?
And so like, do we just save humanity by making sure that nobody knows about it? Like it's almost, it kind of takes me back to a three-body problem, like some kind of like camouflage in the void, right? By not sending out any signal.
Well, Quinn's idea is, what can kill an idea? Like a better, bigger idea.
Right.
And so she's trying to create,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, but she set off like the memetic bomb.
She sure did. So.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was like facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, so it was facing towards us. And so basically what it seems to be doing is like resetting us so that we all now don't know anything about the thing, and maybe that buys us more time. Yeah. She can go back into her little room.
I bet she overdosed on the
you're right.
mimetic drugs. Her whole body shutting down.
Yeah. What if she like becomes an idea?
Oh, she becomes the
like we kind of have that concept from like other things, right? Like I have, like you might die, but you become.
This is just like Godzilla and the other big thing fighting each other. She's become it. Oh, I love it. I can't wait. Yeah, this is just so weird and so interesting.
Peggy says, better idea. Donut corn dogs. I mean, okay, I'll try anything once.
Don't eat corn dogs?
Donut corn dogs.
Oh.
I'll try anything once.
Yeah, that sounds great. Sweet and salty.
All right, Shelby says, but what happens when the humans are gone? Like, what does U-3125 do then? And that's a good point.
Yeah, just chilling?
Yeah. And so, like, there's sort of this concept, of, like, an entity. Like, what if something cannot win because it's not in its best interest to win? This is something that happens in Warhammer. There's, like, a god of war. And so whenever and he will never win anything, because when there is no war, he will fight himself. Because war is like what he feeds on. And if everybody dies, but also like you need everybody to not die, because if everybody dies, there is no war, right?
Right.
And so what if 3125, like it needs us somehow, and it needs people, like, I don't know, what is it even aware of if it's not aware of us? And is it even like a conscious thing? It's talking, it's acting like it's conscious, but a lot of these other things don't seem to like really be conscious.
And it even says that some of them are not.
Right.
Yeah, they're like
little... Gage, I think, is not conscious. Yeah. He just appears to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof, that was so oof. Yeah, so last we saw of Quinn, she was being modified.
What?
The infected non-people are gathering around Quinn. She can't meet them unless she's open. Start with her eyes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, maybe she does become. And that's hard to remember that part because the next chapter was a description of Quinn's God, which just totally distracts you from like everything else that's important and happening in the book.
My favorite line in that chapter is at one point, she's like, the thing's trying to convince her to get high, and he's like, I know a guy, I'm cool.
She's like, how do you don't know a guy?
That was very funny. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where we're going with this.
I have someone. I'm cool. So silly.
Yeah.
But like how cool for that. I mean, this is scary, right? Like this is a scary book.
Yeah.
These are scary things happening. But there was room for this one funny descriptor.
Yeah.
What a little menace.
Peggy says they keep focusing on eyes, and that's true. I think whenever she sees the old director at the lake, she can tell it's in his eyes. There's a reference to eyes in the cult chapter. And this is like when you talk about cosmic horror, one of those things is sort of like this idea of, and this happens in Three Body, where like a great eye opens up above, the idea of being seen, the idea of being perceived. And the eyes, I guess, represent that.
Didn't Adam go blind for a minute?
I don't know. Maybe.
Felt like something. Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, he did. As sunshine was in, like he closed his eyes, but all he could see was sunshine as it was like eating through his memories. Yeah. Where would everyone's God stored in a rock tell them to go for a break? Quinn said Barbados and no bicycles.
Yeah. Where would your God send you?
To take a break? Utah. Pretty chill. Somewhere out there. But yeah, this is I thought this might be like a difficult book to discuss, but like really it's not. There's actually a lot of action in here. For a book that's so heavy, like so concept heavy. We really do have a lot of action. And so far, I'm enjoying it. I don't know that it'll be like top book of the year.
Right. Well, because there might not be much lingering to discuss. There's a lot of books that we read that
I think
they come back up, like Three Bodies still comes up all the time.
Yeah. I think this will weasel its way in, right? To a bunch of other things. But I'm not sure. Like it's just cool to be like aware of the idea, but like because of the alienness of the idea, it's like I'm not sure there's anywhere to go with it. You know what I mean? So.
Oh no, we still haven't watched Project Hail Mary. I'm so sorry.
You've been very bad.
No, we've been busy.
Yeah, but we do need to see it.
No, it's in Peggy to like Antarctica.
Shelby says it was really good.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary. All right, Peggy likes this more than Addie LaRue.
But that's not saying much because she really hated Addie LaRue.
I like both. I don't really have a preference yet. So yeah, I don't know what else to say really. It kind of feels like a short episode. It was kind of a short read, but for us we had to stretch it out over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we're tired. So like there's that. But
yeah. And I mean we've read 2/3 of the book. But it's a short book. But like Peggy said, sometimes you miss something completely or have to go back and reread and sometimes there's been a few times like you've asked me like, oh, here's the part that I'm at, and I'm like, I'm past you, but I don't remember that at all because I just completely misunderstood what I had read.
Yeah it's definitely a challenging read. Like you need to be ready for it. So Shelby's saying that this one's not repetitive like Addie LaRue was. There was a lot of repetition in Addie LaRue. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a new guest or just someone who hasn't spoken as much in the Fable.
Yes.
And they've already finished the book.
Yes.
And they just wrote in the last chapter that they were done and that they weren't sure that they liked how it ended. So now I can't wait to finish the book so I can see what they're talking about and we can get into it. And yeah, I mean, like Shelby asked, like, is this just going to be we're watching every human die one by one, just be absorbed into these entities, or I mean, how meh like
yeah. Well, once we finish, we'll have to make sure we go comment back on that last chapter in Fable.
But how else could this end, really?
Yeah. I feel like it just ends by making sure that we forget, and we do, like, you might even have to destroy the room, right? Like, what if Marie Quinn is the only person who's aware of this thing, and therefore that's why it's like descending upon our planet. She has this note that tells her to go in there every 63 days or whatever. Like, let's destroy the note, let's destroy the room, let's stop fighting this war, and then we're good, right? Like, I don't know, that's kind of what I think.
Yeah.
That we're good.
I guess except that she will, or someone will continue to discover it eventually.
That's true.
Just by the nature of the work that they do.
Yeah, that's true. And I suppose it's possible that she's not even around to do that anymore. So.
Yeah. Seems to be the case.
Like, what happens when 3125 or whatever destroys all the people that are aware of it? Does it suddenly become unaware of the rest of us? You're like, I don't know. You know, and so, like, if it is the thing at the monolith, it killed that girl that Marie took in.
Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
She, like, froze up and it killed her.
Stopped her heart. Yes.
Yeah, it stopped her heart. She did CPR for like 10 minutes and like.
Yeah.
You know, but so it kills that girl. Why? Like, why could she see it? And it seemed totally unaware of Marie. They had just seen each other at the lake. She had like purposefully forgotten it to protect herself. But somehow that girl was aware. And it seemed to be unaware of Marie as well. Until she was like on her way out, and then it created like a million spiders to like chase her out of it.
I've got to reread that chapter. I just totally missed that.
Yeah, it was a good chapter. That whole like monolith thing was super cool for me. I don't know. We just need to, like, this is probably a book where we need to like finish the whole thing and then you can go back together. Yeah.
Well, I just reread a bit of the first chapter and caught something that I did not catch when I read it the first time, and that's that she was talking to Sunshine, to herself, like kind of under her breath. But like, Sunshine was not even part of my understanding, so I did not even notice that she had done it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So in some ways, like, we're being exposed also, like as we read, and we're more aware of some of these little hidden pieces,
right?
Just because we're looking for them. Sorry, I hit my mic again. Tough day for the mic.
Peggy says, so one thing about that chapter was how Quinn said she likes when people are smart, even smarter than her. Okay, yeah, maybe. So maybe that girl was like somehow like innate, in the same way that Adam sort of has like innate shielding, mimetic shielding. Maybe somehow that girl is like innately aware of the impending doom.
Yeah.
That's possible, I suppose. That's a good point.
Yeah, I like that too, Peggy. I mean, that's the sign of a good leader, right? Like, you want the people that you're training to be able to do better than you. Like, that's the point.
Yep.
Well, I look forward to finishing this book.
I do too.
In the good way. Like, I look forward to reading the rest of the book, not just being done with it.
But yeah, it might be a to-read kind of book, to fully grasp everything.
That's true, yeah. Give it a little reread and catch the things that you missed the first time.
I'll have to watch some YouTube videos about it too. I think that's where I became aware of this book. I think was on YouTube. I think Quinn's Ideas, which is like a big time sci-fi book channel, did one. I didn't watch the video. I was just like, okay, cool, and then kept going. All right. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for being here. This has been fun. We will see y'all next Sunday, same time, same place. And I suppose we need to announce the next book today.
Oh, that's my turn.
It is your turn.
All right.
All right. We'll see y'all there.
Happy reading.
Bye.